Hello again. Last night I did a walkthrough of a kind of a bigger account, and it was a little bit, I would say, more complicated. So I wanted to walk through a slightly smaller account, doing just keyword bid optimizations, not worrying about product targets, or not, like products in your ads. I was optimizing those in the other account. This one is just bid optimizations, slightly smaller. Currently doing a little less than 100,000 in sales per month, ad sales that is. They're doing about, I don't know, like 100, 200,000 a month in revenue, but 100,000-ish a month in ad sales, which equates to somewhere in the neighborhood for this account about 30,000 in spend, 35,000 right now. They're trying to get to 30% ACOS. They're currently at 36% ACOS. So that's sort of the premise of the account. But so far, the only things I've changed are just made like campaign names and IDs and that kind of thing invisible, because it's private to the client, as well as ASINs and SKUs and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to jump right into the optimization and hopefully communicate what I'm doing. Adding filters, like I said, the only things that I need are keywords and product targets. I'm not doing product ads, so just delete all that. Let's see, and then I don't need any of that, and I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. And first things first, you just want to get rid of anything that's already paused. Looks like I made that invisible on accident. Okay, and then as usual for these routine optimizations, anything that hasn't spent any money is not really part of this optimization. So I will delete it, just save some space so I'm not constantly having to scroll past it essentially. And then we want to format. Okay, home, and this time down, conditional formatting, green. And like I said, this client is trying to get to 30% from about 36%, 35%. So I will just use 35% as the middle. Normally I would do like 37 if they were optimizing for 35, but they're actually trying to get to 32 from 35. They were originally maintaining 35, but would like to move a little bit lower. So I'm just going to use 35 as sort of the midpoint. Okay. Now, again, first things, always want to look for stuff that is like spending a lot. And normally I would do average order value, but I happen to know sort of the cost per acquisition that this client needs a little bit easier. I've been working with them for like 4 years. So I actually, for these guys, I look for anything greater than 8, which is not the cost of a product. It's actually the high end of their desired cost per acquisition. So anything in here that is going crazy, I just want to double check. And this is going pretty crazy. But nothing crazy enough that it won't get addressed. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and add our max average cost per click equals bam bam average order value is this divided by this. We'll do times 0.3 because they're looking for 30%, and all that divided by their clicks per order, which is clicks divided by orders. Okay, and this actually we want to do that. Okay. Now we want to find everything that is in the top 1% of sales and spend. So this is $16,039 in total sales. The way to find 1% is take that decimal and move it 2 places, round down, 160. Easy. Then greater than or equal to 160. All right, and we will highlight. This actually we want to, yeah, we'll just highlight this column. And this one is 5499, so move it over, that's 54, so 50, so anything that's spent more than $50. Easy. Okay, so that's our top 1% of spend in sales, and kind of at a glance. So what we want to do with these, just because I know the account, I actually want to maintain these as close to 35 for now as possible. You can see a lot of them are pretty decently close anyway. So what we'll do is go ahead and grab this, and we will just hit the 35 button, which is optimizing for 35% ACOS. These are kind of the more popular numbers, so that's why I just have them on as like hot keys buttons on the tool. And then those are done. Something I didn't do immediately, which probably should double check real quick, is anything over 1. Yeah, there's not that many. So this will probably get addressed with the bid optimization, but we'll come back and take a look later. And so all this down. Oh, we have some pretty big bids. Also, we have some blanks. Okay, what this is actually, if you have an auto campaign, for example, that you've set up but launched and never touched the bids, or a campaign, in this case, it's got a phrase match. Basically, anything that you haven't touched bids, sometimes it downloads without an actual bid in there. And I just hit this. Okay. And it, like, just whatever your ad group bid, it'll hit the equals and it'll put it in there. So we only had one of those, and then we want to look for anything over $6 for the bid. Looks like we got some big bids in here. This is all brand name stuff, holding it super duper aggressive. Probably don't need to do that, but they are also not doing anything. So I will just delete that from there. having super aggressive bids like that is actually is like really dangerous. It makes you pretty vulnerable to people spam clicking, but I still do it sometimes because I actually think for certain keywords that don't get a lot of traffic, it just holds them forever basically, and nobody ever, people that search that word are just looking for your thing really, really, really specifically. So you kind of at all costs want to maintain that keyword, even if it costs you some money down the line. So that's why I do that. All right, so that was everything greater than 6. So all we have to do now is optimize for 30%. And there we go. And now we'll double check sort of these ones. We already have that. Let's go ahead and lower that even just a bit more. This one, 69 cost per click. This is the cost per click column. And we 63. It's suggesting 19 from that calculation. Let's just do 0.5. Where was the other one? Here we go. 78. We move to 70. That's probably okay, but let's go ahead and just do 60. And we'll just glance through. Let's see, 58 went down to 54. That's probably acceptable. 55, 54, 57. Yep. Okay. Works for me. So that's that done, and we will clear that filter and double check we didn't miss anything. Doesn't look like we did. Leave that column. Don't really need it now. Save. All right. Now apply filters. All right. There we go. Delete. Okay, let's see. Hide. 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 Zero spend. Okay, and we want to do our conditional formatting. Number 0.35. Red. Yeah, you want the kind of the bottom to be green and the top to be red, just because up is bad in terms of ACOS. If you were doing the ROAS column, you would keep it the way that it is, and maybe I should do that just to make it a simpler process for myself. But I am so used to using ACOS for years that it's just faster for me to think in those terms at this point. So I just do that. Okay, now let's double check if there is anything super egregious in here. Nope, not really. Nothing that won't get addressed anyway. And then we'll double check greater than or equal to 1. Anything that is like really bad, so we don't even have any of that. So let's see. Let's do the check the 1%. So it's 70. Equal to 70. And number filter. Sorry, I want to clear that. That's 30. Greater than equal to 30. okay. And then we will do that. Okay, so we want to go ahead and, just like before, this 1%, this top 1%, I am optimizing for 35% still, just to keep it as aggressive as possible, as long as possible, and then everything else is getting adjusted to 30%. Where we'll actually probably end up is in that like 33% zone, and then once we're stable there, I will move the needle, right? I'll start optimizing the 1% stuff at like 33, and the other targets at like 28 or something like that, right? And I'll just keep moving that gradually, and then once we're comfortably around our 30%, I'll just optimize everything around there, around 30%. Actually, and I'll probably keep optimizing the 99%, let's say, at 30%, even as I lower the 1% stuff. So let's see. All right, so this stuff we'll do. Okay, we got a few bids in here that are over $6. The reason I have it set, I care about bids over $6 is just because these presets, their bid cap is set at $6. I could set it at $100, but that means we can push bids past that, and I don't really want to do that. So it looks like everything here probably shouldn't be bidding over that $6 anyway. So what will happen is when I do that and set it to 30, those bids that were over $6 will just get stopped out at 6. Just switch them to 6. So there we go. That was 97 down to 87. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. 82, 91. Yep, that's a good idea. And 151, 36. Yep, all good. So we'll clear that. Double check. Save. I always save after I finish a tab because it is super duper annoying to lose all your changes. All right, and then we will hide all this stuff. I think I forgot to do this step in the last sheet, but that's okay. I mean, I don't. You can change bids on paused items. It just won't mean anything. Okay, and then just hide this stuff. Hide. Okay, I don't see anything with no sales spending super crazy, and so no bids over that, and we'll just punch 35 there, and that's that. Let's double check. Did I leave any pause stuff? Nope. Nope. All right, cool. That's the entire account optimized, and this account, like I said, it's doing this is only 1 week's worth of data, so it's 16,000 in sales of whatever I've got left, and so yeah, that it's doing 90 something thousand. Sorry, what would that be? I guess it would be 60,000 on the trajectory of 60,000, I guess, this month for sales, but I think that's probably inaccurate. Anyway, you can see it's under $100,000 a month account, but bigger than 50, obviously. So that's pretty basic. It's pretty quick, less than 20 minutes, and probably a good few minutes of that was me talking. So, all right, if you like this, I'm gonna keep probably doing some of these like day-to-day work uploads. I don't know, I'm doing the work anyway, so I might as well show people how I'm doing it. The tool I'm using is my BidBuddy 2.0. It is not quite yet available for purchase. I'm still testing it out, and I've been using it for about a month, but and it's been working really well. So I probably will put it up on my website. The 1.0 is still available. It's just it is just this tool right here. This stuff you would be able to do in Amazon's advertising console. Just these types of adjustments. That 1.0 is still available. It's actually free. You can get it for free on my website. So you just fill out a survey. The 2.0 will be up there as soon as I feel confident it is working the way that I would like it to. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.